Good afternoon, everyone. This is Bremster, and today I have the fortune of bringing you an introduction to yet another new type of Sudoku rule set. This is the Entropic Lines rule set, which I believe has been developed by the two setters of the puzzles I'm bringing to you today, jeremydover and Raumplaner. These lines are a new Sudoku constraint that has been being discussed on some of the Discords that I'm on, and they look really interesting, and I thought I would give them a shot and introduce you to them. These are the two easiest puzzles that I've seen done. But before, I know some of you like to just skip over the intro. So before I go into any other stuff, I want to point out one of the links in the description will be a link to a post where I have put a small pack which I've been given that I can release, which is I think it's half a dozen puzzles using this rule set, and I'm not sure if that pack's been posted anywhere else yet. It may have been, and I believe the puzzles in it have been leaked to a few other locations. But if you're interested in exploring this rule set further beyond the two puzzles I'm putting here, go to the link that I've provided. It'll be a link to my Patreon page if I haven't been given another one, where I will post the pack where you can download free. It's not a paid Patreon thing. Free, and you can grab that pack and do more puzzles than these two. So if you only watch just the start of the intro, grab that. Now, so there'll be two puzzles I'm doing today, which are Entropic Lines 101 and Xentropic Lines. The first one is literally a 101 on how these work, and the second one is, I believe, a slightly more complex puzzle which uses an extra constraint, which is the X constraint, or the diagonal constraint, which is something I quite like. Before I go into that, though, I do want to go into the fact that yesterday my puzzle hunt completed. So that was the first puzzle hunt I've done on my channel. So thank you to everyone who participated. I do need to do a name read of the people who submitted their answers in the last 3 days. I don't have the complete list of names yet, so we will cut to a future Bremster who will read out those names. I'm sure he will not fall through the vortex again. These lines, I'm sure, are a lot more safe. What can go wrong with Entropy? So just a quick cut to future Bremster, who will give you a list of names. So it's now 2 days in the future, and boy, do I wish I could tell that other Bremster some stuff. Before I read out the names, I do wish to do the most important thing, which is to thank Ashish Kumar for providing the prizes for this hunt. He provided a month worth of his enthralling Sudoku puzzles, and the enthralling Sudoku puzzles, there are 20 classics every month that he releases, which are quite tricky classics but do not require advanced techniques. He then has a pack which is 20 variant Sudoku, and those Sudokus, there will be 9 different variants that come in pairs, so there'll be 2 puzzles each of different variants, and they're not always just the standard variants. They'll often be things that I've never seen before, and then the final 2 puzzles in that pack will be a combination of variants together in ways I've often never seen before, and then he'll release a pack of 5 advanced classics which require some advanced logic to use, and for $5 a month you get all of those puzzles. And he gave me, I will put a link to his Patreon below where you can go and grab those puzzles, because they are well worth doing for $5 a month. 45 amazing puzzles. So I'll also throw a link to Ashish's Sudoku solving channel where he and Kishore solve Sudokus above. But he provided a month worth of those puzzles for me to give to 2 people. The first person to complete the puzzle hunt, which was Scott Bathurst. So he is getting a copy of the November 2021 enthralling Sudoku pack. And a random person who entered, which turned out to be, I just rolled a dice because I'm a D&D player. So Lavin James, you will also be getting a copy of the November 2021 enthralling Sudoku pack. Everyone else who completed the puzzle hunt, whose names I've already read out, and the following people will be getting a mini Sudoku pack that Ashish put together, which is 9 connected classic Sudokus. So that will be coming to you as well. The other people whose names who submitted in the last 3 days before my hunt ended are Maverick JD, Rodrigo Mahu, David Davison, Jeremydover, and No Math Dork. So they were the final people to enter before the deadline. I will be doing a scrolling announcement at the end of the month in a video that is coming up, and you'll see more about that later. And thank you everyone for competing. Congratulations to everyone who did it. There will be another puzzle hunt next month. It will be longer than one puzzle, but there'll be no riddle to start it off. You will just get a book of all of the puzzles, and you will be able to work through them. Some of the puzzles should be easier than the one from this month, and some of them I think are going to be a little bit harder, and we will work out how people can work through it. But of course there will always be the Discord channel for people who get stuck and want help. So with that, congratulations to everyone who completed it, and we will throw this back to the previous Bremster. Boy, I wish I could give him some hints. Now, one of the things I will be doing is this will come out in only a couple of days now, at the end of the month or at the very beginning of next month. I am going to be releasing a channel showcase. And what that's going to do is it's going to be a short showcase, only a few minutes long, of all of the things that I have done on my channel this month. And this will include a congratulations, not me speaking, just it'll all be text and some music of all of the people who successfully solved my puzzle hunt, as well as thanks to all my patrons, and it will include links to all of my videos, so you can watch the showcase, see any of the video thumbnails or anything that may have interested you, and you'll be able to then jump and find those puzzles and jump straight to those videos. So I'll be trying to do this each month if there's interest, but I've done I'm working on the first one now, haven't completed all the puzzles yet, so I can't complete it, and then I will be releasing that on the 1st of February for all of the stuff that I did in January. So hopefully that'll be of interest to you all. So now I suppose it's time to go on to these entropic lines and how they work. So what I'm going to do now is just pause the video and I'm going to cut over to the first puzzle. Okay, so this is Entropic Lines 101, and it's actually set by both Jeremy Dover and Raumplaner, who worked on this together. So now I suppose I need to explain how these work. And it's quite simple in concept, but it takes a bit to wrap your head around. So normal Sudoku rules apply. In every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. The trick with these is these lines are entropic lines. And the way entropic lines work is in any set of 3 sequential cells along a line, there must be a low digit, a medium digit, and a high digit. Digits can repeat along the line if allowed by other rules. So if you pick any 3 cells along one of these lines, one of those 3 cells must be low, one must be medium, one must be high. If I was to pick those 3 cells, one must be low, one must be medium, one must be high. If I was to pick those 3 cells, one must be low, one must be medium, one must be high. Low being 1 to 3, medium being 4 to 6, and high being 7 to 9. And that's all we've got. Very interesting rule set. I'm looking forward to exploring this, so let's give this a shot. So if we're going to know, so one thing we know for certain is those 3 cells have a low, a medium, and a high. But those 3 cells also have a low, medium, and a high. And those 3 cells also have a low, medium, and high. It might be easier to explain here. So these 3 cells here, let's say this was low, this was medium, and this was high. So low, medium, and high. I don't know which one's which, but let's just say this was low, medium, and high. We now know that these 3 cells also have to have a low, medium, and high. But this has already got a green and a yellow, so this would have to be blue. And then these 3 cells need to have a low, medium, and high, but this has already got a yellow and a blue, so this has to be green. So these, when you've got a long line, must follow the sequence. So this must go blue, green, yellow, blue, green, yellow, blue, green, yellow, blue, green, yellow, blue, green, and this would be yellow, green, blue, yellow, green, blue, yellow, green, blue, and yellow. So we know those are, we don't know which one is which, but we know those are the high, low, low, middle, high coloring of that line. And we can do the same for this. Every third will have to be different. So I'll use shades of grey for this one. So if this was low, this was medium, and this was high, then we've already got a medium and a high here. So the next one on the line would have to be low. So I can just select every third digit and make that whatever light grey is. I then select every third digit and make that middle grey, and then I select the other digits on the line and make that black. Now I suppose the question is there a way of tying it together? And that seems to be it. So I've got a green and a blue. So there's only 3 of each digit. Now I've got a green and a blue in column 4, and I've got 3 middle grey digits. So middle grey can't be green or blue, or I'd end up with 4. So middle grey must be yellow. So now I'm looking for a conflict on blue or green, and I've got one there. Because if black was blue, I'd have 4 blue. So black must be green, and that means light grey is blue. And that gives me the high-low colouring of all of those. And if I look now at row 6, I've got 3 blue and 3 green, so these must all be yellow, and yellow is high. That was a good guess on my part. So yellow is high, so this is a 7. Because I know that they will all be high digits. Now I've got 3 yellow, so this must be green. Actually, can I finish the colouring is the question. I'm actually not sure. That cell sees 3 green in the row and 3 blue in the column, so it must be yellow. I've now got 3 yellow in the box. That now sees 3 yellow and 3 blue, so it must be green. This box now has 3 yellow and green. They must be blue. So I've still got a yellow and a blue to put in this row, but this column has 3 yellow in it. That's blue, that's yellow. This box now has 3 yellow and 3 green. This is blue, and blue is low. Okay, that was a blind guess, but there you go. So blue is low. So we now know that 2 is blue. And we know that 4 and 6 are green. So we've now got 2 green. This has to be another green. In this row, maybe? No, this column. Absolutely, this column. We've got 3 green and blue. This must be yellow. In this box now, we're just missing 2 blue. This is now a green. That's all that's missing from the row. There's 3 green and 3 blue, so that's a yellow. This now has to be a green. In this column, I've got 3 green and 3 blue, so this is a yellow. This needs to be a blue and a green, but I don't know which. And this, I need 1 of each. Okay, so maybe I figure that out a different way. So what do I have? I have 2, 3 up here. These are 7 and 9. These are 8 and 9. These are 7 and 9. I've got a 7-9 pair in the row, so that becomes an 8. That becomes a 9. That becomes a 7. Whoa, that was dumb. This is 7 and 8, so I don't have that. Pay attention, Bremster. These are 7 and 8. These are 7 and 9. That's not really getting me anywhere, is it? 7 doesn't have to be down there. It could be down there. These are 8 and 9, so this is a 7. So this is a 9. So these are 7 and 8. That is a 7-8 pair, making that a 9 and that an 8, which makes that a 7 and that an 8. Yellow is not the one to work on. If I can get the yellow down here, it'll be good. That 7 makes that 9 and that 7, which makes that 8 and that 7, which makes that 9 and that 8. 8 now must go in one of those two, but I already knew that was 7 and 8 from that 9. This is a 7-8 pair, which makes that 9, that 7, that becomes 8, which I had from the column. This is 8, this is 7. 9 now must be in one of those two. This is 8. These are 7 and 9, and we know that this is the 9 and this is the 7. That makes this the 9, so that becomes yellow. So we still need a green and a blue in here. And a green, except we've now got 3 yellow. This now must be green, so this becomes blue, and this becomes green, and this becomes blue. So that 9 gave us the colouring. This is now a 7, this is now a 9, and this is now an 8. And I think we've got all of the high digits done. So this is a 2, 3, and this is a 2, this is a 3 because it's C. No, that's not a 3. That is a 2, 3. I looked at the 2 and completely misread where it was. This is a 1, 3. So this is basically, from what I can tell now, 3 different puzzles. One with 1, 2, 3, one with 4, 5, 6, and the 7, 8, 9 puzzle is now completely done. So this is 1 and 3, this is 1 and 3, except that 1 looks down, making that 3 and that 1. These are 2 and 3. These are 1 and 2. These are 1 and 3. This is 1 and 3. These are 2 and 3 because they see 1, so this becomes a 1. So this becomes a 2, 3. There is now a 2, 3 pair making that a 1, which looks down, making that a 3. That doesn't see that, but it means that these are 1 and 2. There's a 2, 3 pair there, so that's the 1. That's the 2, which looks up, making that the 3, and that the 2. The 3 looks over, making that the 2, and that the 3. That's the 2. That's the 3. That's the 2. That's the 3. That's the 1. That's the 3. This is a 1. These are 2 and 3. That 3 makes that a 2 and that a 3. These are 1 and 2. That is a 3 from either the box or the row. This one looks over, making that a 2, that a 1, that a 2, and that a 1. And we've done the low puzzle. Now we just have to do the middle puzzle. So these are 5 and 6. These are 5 and 6. So we need an interaction between those and this 6. So 4 and 6 see each other there. That's a 5. So this becomes a 4. This becomes a 6. This is 4, 5. So this becomes 6. This becomes 4, 5. So this becomes 6, which makes this 5, which makes this 6. This makes this 4. We've got 4, 6, so this becomes 5, which makes this 4, which makes this 6, which makes this 4, 5, which I had from the 6 at the beginning. These are 5 and 6. These are 4 and 5. So 4, 5 there makes that 6, which makes that 5, which looks back making that 4 and that 5, that 4, that 5. I said 5, I hit 4. The 5 makes that a 4 and that a 5. 4, 5 makes that a 6, which makes that a 4, which makes that a 5, which makes that a 4. The 6 makes that 5, which makes that 6. And that is Entropic Lines 101. So, yes, very much an introduction to how do these lines work and how do you think about making high-low. Sorry, it's not just high-low, it is low, middle, and high. This is an interesting constraint. Well, I'm now going to pause and I'm going to reset to the second puzzle and we will look at that then. Okay, I'm back. So this is either Xentropic Lines or Xentropic Lines. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to pronounce that. Also by jeremydover and Raumplaner. And this uses exactly the same rules as the previous puzzles, except we've also got the diagonal constraint, which means that we have no digit. We must have put a set of the digits 1 to 9 on the indicated diagonals. But on these entropic lines, we must, any set of 3 digits must contain 1 low, 1 middle, and 1 high digit. So let's give this a shot. So it's very, very tempting to pick the longest line and do the same thing, isn't it? So blue, every third cell, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Make those blue. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I've done that wrong. These are wrong. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You're so used to counting 2 for whisper lines and everything. And then 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. They would be yellow. So now let's do the same down here. I'm going to use the greys again. And hope I don't run out of colours, because if I get, just a thing of me, if I get too many colours on a grid, I go a blitz. It gets a bit kaleidoscopic and I can't see what's going on. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. They would be middle. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm just counting again just to confirm I haven't missed anything. So we know that light grey is not green. But I'm not seeing anything. Oh, hang on. Light grey cannot be green, because then we would have 4 green in this box. And light grey cannot be blue, because we've already got 3 blue in this row, and that's light grey. So light grey must be yellow. Okay, middle grey. Middle grey can't be yellow, and neither can black. Oh, yes, of course, because we just took yellow. So these are from blue or green. And I'm not seeing how to limit that. So blue or green for these. So if black is blue, that would fill up blue on this diagonal, but that would be, I don't see a problem with that. Okay, let's do this line. I'm going to use the same greys, but I'm going to try, because if I get too many colours, it just is a problem for me, but I'm going to try and remember that they are different from these. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's interesting. So there, 1, 2, 3, and then I run out. So that would be middle, and these would be black. So on this line, neither of those can be yellow. So these two are yellow. And this is either blue or green as well. Interesting. So if this, one of these has to be yellow, because these are not yellow, and I need to put another yellow in this row. So either that is yellow or that is yellow, but I don't see what to do with that. It's this row. I've got everything in this row except that is green. Hang on a minute. These are two blue and two green. These must be two blue and two green because I've already got the yellow on this line. And I've now got a blue and a green here. This is yellow. I've done it again. So yellow is high. So this becomes yellow. These are not yellow. So I need to put a yellow into one of those, and the other one is going to be black. Well, I can't put a yellow there, so that becomes yellow, and that is black. Now remember, that black is different to this black. I am going to change these colors. I'm going to make that orange, and I'm going to make that purple. I really hate this. I'm having trouble seeing this grid now, but we'll do my best. So hang on. Black can't be green now because then I'd have 4 greens. So black down here is blue. There we go. Black is blue, which means mid-grey is green. And I've got this. So I need a blue and 2 green down here. Well, I can't put the blue there, so that's a green. I need a blue and a green, and I can't put the green in that column. That's blue, and that's green. Now I've got the yellow on this line, so I need blue and green, and I now have 3 blue in the column. Orange is green, and purple is blue. So I now need a yellow and a blue in those. And I'm not seeing how to do that yet. I've got 3 green on this diagonal. I've got 3 blue on this diagonal. Yeah. So I need to put a yellow and 2 blue into here. I can't put a yellow in there, so that's the yellow and that's the 2 blue. This row is now just missing a blue. This now needs a yellow and a blue. And I've done it again. So blue is low. I put in the example of blue low, green middle, yellow high, and I hit it again. That is complete and utter luck. This becomes a 7 because I have to put the 8, 9 there. These are 2 and 3. This sees a 1 and a 2. This is a 3. This is a 2. We know that that is blue, and we know that these are green. We've got 3 yellow and 3 blue. These are both green. We've now got all 3 green up here, so this becomes a 5. This must now be a 4 or a 6. because of the diagonal. This is a 4 or a 6. This is a 4 or a 6. And on this diagonal, we've got a 4, 6 there and a 4, 6 there. That becomes a 5. This becomes a 4, 6. That becomes a 5. These become 4, 6. That 6 goes down here, makes that a 4, that a 6. What do I need in this row? I need a blue and a green. Well, that can't be a green, so that's the blue, that's the green. That's a 4, 6 because it's now the final green in the negative diagonal. And so that's a 4, 6, and it can't be a 6. So that's a 4, that's a 6 in the middle. That looks down, making that a 4 and that a 6. This is good fun. 5 goes in one of those two because the 5 is looking up there. And 5 is green, and I can't put green in any of those. So what are these? They are 2 yellow and a green. Well, I can't put a green there, so that's yellow. So I need a yellow and a green in there. I'm not seeing how to limit that yet. So what do I need in this column? I've got my 3 green. So these are 5 and 6. So this is a yellow and a blue. Not sure. What about here? I'm just looking for which areas are under the most pressure. I've got 3 blues, so this is a yellow and a green, and I can't put a green in the top. That is a yellow, that is a green, this becomes a 4, 6, and there's a 6 in the column. That's a 4, that is a 6. These are now under pressure. So this is a 5, this is a 6, and this is a 4. That 6 looks over, making that a 5, that a 6, that is a 4, and has been for ages. This now sees 4, 5 and becomes 6. This is the 4, this is the 5. 6 now has to go there because it has to go in those 3 cells, and there's 2 cells looking into it, so that becomes green. This is a fun constraint. I mean, these are easy puzzles using it, but it is a fun constraint, and I am looking forward to doing more of them. These are 7 and 9. But I was playing with colouring, wasn't I? So these are blue and yellow. So what do I need on the diagonal? I've got all green. I need 1 blue and 2 yellow. Well, I can't put a blue there, so that's yellow. So that's high. It can't be a 5. That's 5. So that is green. So this is now a 4 because of Sudoku, which makes that green. 5 now has to go in one of those 2. But on this, I now have all of the green. This is a blue and a yellow. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. 5, 5. 5 is in one of those, but there's a 5 there. So that's the 5. That's the 5. That is not the 5. They become green. And I think that's all the greens completely done. So let's swap tack. These are 1 and 3. This becomes a 2. This becomes a 1. These become a 2 and a 3. I need to put a 1 or a 3 up here, but I'm not sure which. This is a 1 or a 3. Not sure blue is the way for me to go here. Wait a minute, that's blue. So maybe I'm wrong. That is blue. That is 2 or 3. Hang on, I'm just missing 1 on this diagonal. Blue, blue, blue. This is yellow, because I only had 2 on the diagonal. So what am I missing here now? A blue and a yellow. Yeah, it's not falling apart as easily. This is a blue and a yellow. 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 That is a blue and a yellow. So I think I need to get it with Sudoku. So this is an 8-9 pair. So this is a 7. This is an 8-9 pair. This is a 7-9. So 8 must go into there, which means that's 9 and that's 8. This is a 7, so this is an 8-9. This is a 7-9. Seven has to go in one of those two, so that is an 8-9, which I could have got from that 7, but I wasn't paying enough attention. Two in this box can't go there because of that 2, and it can't go there because of that 2. So 2 is in one of those two, which means that is a 3. That is a 2, that is a 3. Which means this is a 1, 2. 3 now must be in one of those. It's not narrowing it down quite enough. So if I missed something, these are... See, it's not like a whisper line where I can say this is a 4, so this has to be. It could still be any of 1, 2, or 3. Well, no, it can't be a 2. This is a 1 or a 3. So 2 is down here. So I need to put a 1 or a 3 in there. So 3 is in one of those two because I can't put it there and it's not in one of those. So 3 is in one of those. That's not helping me. I mean, I'm glad this puzzle ramped up in difficulty. I'm not sure if the difficulty ramp up is because I am struggling with the colours, because I am. I'm very tempted to turn off the green. I'm going to select all the green digits, and I am, but I don't have these coloured, so doing that would actually not help. So this is I need to get this final colouring. This is a blue. So this is 7, 8, 9. This can't be a 2 because there's a 2 on the diagonal. This is a 2, this is a 1, 3. So that being a 2 means that these are 1, 3. 2 must go in one of those now, which puts 2 up here, puts 2 right there. That gives me a blue. So now, is that giving me what I need? 2 in this box now must go in one of those two. That's not quite enough. But I've got the 3 blue in this column and the 3 green. This is yellow. So I need to put 2 blue and a yellow in all of those. I need to put a 1 and a 3. Well, I can't put a 3 there, so there is a 3 in one of those two, which I could have got by just looking at the 3s. I need to put, oh, of course, this diagonal again. There is a 3. Where do I put 3 on this diagonal? Well, it's not on the diagonal in this box. It's not on the diagonal in this box, and it's not in those two cells. That is a wrong mode, but that is a 3. This is a 1. This is not a 3. This is a 3. This is now a 1, 2. This is a 1, 2. That 3 makes that a 1, which looks down, making that 2 and that 1. The 2 looks over and makes that the 2. So this becomes a 1, 3, and this 1 makes this the 3 and this the 1, which makes this the 3 and this the 1. Now I need to put a 1 up here. But that 3 means this is the 3 and that becomes blue. I now have 3 blue and 3 green, that becomes yellow. One is in one of those. I still need to put a 2 in one of those two, and it can't go there. That is the 2, and that becomes blue. This now must be yellow. I now have 3 yellow and 3 green, so this becomes blue, and this must be the 1. This is not the 1. So on this diagonal now, I am missing a blue 1, so that is the 1. This now needs to be yellow. I have the 3 yellow and the 3 green, so this becomes blue, and that becomes the 3, which I've had for a while, but there are multiple ways of doing this, but I am focusing on the way that I am seeing. And this becomes yellow, and I now have all the coloring. Excellent. Whew. It's a challenge. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I've actually done the low and the middle puzzle. So all I've got left is the high puzzle. That happened without me paying attention. The best sort of puzzle, the one that solves itself. Although where's the fun in that? 8. So we've only got, it's probably got to be the diagonals, doesn't it? So 7, 9, 8, 9. Wow. That's 7, 8 because of that 9. So that becomes 9, that becomes 7, that becomes 9. I now have a 9 on that diagonal, which makes that 8 and that 9. The only thing missing on the diagonal is 7, so that is not 7, that is 8 or 9. The 9 below makes that 8, which makes that 9, which makes that 8, which makes that 9. The 7 looks down, making that 8 and that 7. This is a 7, 9 on the diagonal, so this becomes the 8. This is a 7, 9 for the row, and that 7 makes that the 9, that the 7, that the 9. And all I'm missing are these 2 digits in the box, which must be 7 and 8, which are resolved in multiple ways. That's the 8, and that's the 7. No, I am missing something. That's the 8, 9, and that's the 8. And that is Xentropic Lines, or Xentropic Lines, by Jeremydover and Raumplaner. They were amazingly good fun, and I love that constraint. And I'm looking forward to doing more puzzles using them. I don't get to solve many puzzles that I don't bring to the channel anymore because it's so much work, and doing a puzzle a day. I now get how hard it is because I still have a full-time job and, housework and a relationship with my wife to keep going and all of that fun stuff. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed those constraints. Feel free to jump onto the Sudoku Solvers Discord and leave a comment in my channel for Jeremy or Raumplaner saying that you like these and to do more, or provide feedback, because I know that really gives the setters motivation to do more. And go to the post that I've linked below on my Patreon, where you can find more of these puzzles that they have set while they were working out the constraint. They've all been tested, and apparently, yeah, they are the sort of ideas they're playing with, including getting harder than this and mingling them with other constraints. So yeah, feel free to give them a look, please, because I think they're amazing. Yeah, I don't really have much more to say. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, because it's a wonderful way of boosting my channel, and I am trying to bring more to the channel with everything I do. And have a look at some of the other content that I keep posting free on my Patreon. If you wish to subscribe as a Patreon, you can, but I will keep trying to bring as much as I can for free. At the moment, as a paid Patreon, you get as a bonus currently nothing. Like, there's a Discord channel where we don't say anything. Yay. Thank you very much for watching. Good luck with your solving.